My name is Gene Costantino. I'm the president of the Alumni and Friends of Lynn Classical High School. I'm one of those friends. I did not graduate from Classical. I worked for the Lynn Public Schools for 42 years. 37 of those years were at Classical High School. So when I retired, they said, well, why don't you become a president? I guess I'm ahead, so whatever. But I loved every minute of my time at Classical High School. It is a very special place. And those of you who went before, or those of you who are going to graduate soon, you'll realize that as time goes on. The Alumni Association started in 1994. In 1996, the first official scholarships were awarded. There were only four scholarships for a total of $2,500, and those included name scholarships. After tonight, the overall total given out will be $37,000. So $1,837,000 after tonight that we've given out. Tonight, we're giving out 69 scholarships. Now think about that. Students know they have to come again next week for another awards night. How many high schools have 2 awards nights? Not many that I know of. One of the few, if not only, group that actually gives out as many scholarships from a volunteer high school group. Everybody here is a volunteer. We continue to raise money for future graduates. You may have noticed that we've purchased bricks out front of the school. And we raised a lot of money on our brick sale, and we're still selling those bricks. You could actually buy a brick for your son or daughter if you want for graduation, put their name on it, and order it through our alumni page. That was a huge fundraiser, enabled us to give us alumni scholarships. We have many name scholarships. Scholarships of classical graduates and friends who have donated every year to give out scholarships in their name or their family's name or someone in their family's name. So that's what makes us thrive. And we continue to get those scholarships, and we've been able to give out 69 of those tonight. So, to the students of Classical, I enjoyed my 9 years as a principal here. I'm not going to give you my graduation speech because you'll probably fall asleep. But I will tell you this. So many alumni of Classical have gone on to be very, very successful. And I'm sure you will be a success as well. I enjoyed my 37 years at Classical. Enjoying what you do is the most important thing. So make sure you choose a career that you really want to do. And good luck. With that, we have a former president of the Alumni Association, Paul Stafford, who is still on the board of trustees. He comes every year, he helps us with a lot of things, and he has a few words to say before we start to give out the scholarships. So Paul.
Thank you, Gene. I just want to say a couple of words. My first word is, 29 years ago, this all started. And as Mr. Costantino pointed out, with basically 4 scholarships, totaling under $5,000. With us tonight, 29 years later, still going strong, we have one of the original scholarship sponsors with us, Dave Solimini. Please stand up, Dave. I want to repeat Mr. Costantino's remarks about the source of the monies which will be given out tonight. They come from 3 sources. Former Classical alumni who are giving back to you because they have been successful. It also comes from the programs that we sponsor to raise money for our scholarship program, and from the memorial scholarships that are given in the name of past alumni by their families. We thank them all. And that's about it from me. So enjoy the evening. Thank you.
There were a lot of people that volunteered their time throughout the year at all our different events and came through again tonight. We have some people, I'm going to ask them to stand up. The executive committee, people that are trustees as well. Rose Watson, Buthe, Pat Lee, Laura Durant, is she still here? Laura, Susan Hogan, Paul Stafford, Stanley Sleepoy, and we also had 4 volunteers for the National Honor Society who are juniors, and I hope the heck they get a scholarship next year because they did a great job. When I became principal, I needed someone to take my place as a vice principal. Now they're called assistant principals, so I know I shouldn't have said vice principal, but they're called assistant principals. And the best decision I ever made was picking Amy Dunn, who's now your principal. And Amy was outstanding in all of the roles as a teacher, as a guidance counselor, as a vice principal, and a principal. And you guys are lucky to have her, and I was lucky to have her by my side for my 9 years as the principal. That being said, she reads names much better than me, so let's get started, Amy.
Good evening, everyone. I just want to start off again. It's a phrase I always say, but I truly mean thank you for sharing your students with us. It's been a great 4 years, and this is a great way to kick off a week of celebration, or 2 weeks of celebration, I should say. Getting a little money to help fund our next steps is always a great way to start. First, we're going to have some of the named scholarship people that are here with us tonight come up so they can tell you a little bit about their scholarship, and I'd like to start with Basil Manos. Basil, you want to come up? Or Mr. Small Salamini. There we go, I'll get through all this too.
You heard enough speaking tonight, but you know, it's a joy for me to be part of this association. I grew up in Westland, I was a classical graduate, and in 1953, 2 times a year I wear this graduation ring. They were cheap people. They bought cheap rings because mine shrunk. It won't fit my ring finger anymore. But anyway, congratulations to all the winners, and I can't read the small print. Help me, Gino.
This is Basil's. This is Basil's.
Okay, Basil.
Do you want to come up, Basil? No?
He doesn't.
Okay.
I'll represent Basil Manius. But his scholarship winner is
Chloe Donahue.
Chloe Donahue. Okay.
Basil was in the class of 1947.
Stand up, Basil. Want me to stay here?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm very honored to call Ori Vito to my family scholarship.
Thank you. Next, we'd like to invite Paige and Taylor up to give away out their scholarship. The Kelly J. Martin Memorial Scholarship.
Our mom, Kelly, was at her core a woman who just wanted to help those around her, and especially those who were maybe overlooked or misunderstood by society, those who really needed it. And at her root, she was someone who just taught us to treat people with kindness, respect, love. People's differences don't mean that you treat them differently. You treat them the same way you would treat everyone else. And our hope with this scholarship was just to continue on that legacy and have someone who will carry on those values. And so we'll be presenting it to Sarah Tartaini.
I'd now like to invite up Stan Sleeboy to give his mother scholarship.
Thank you all for coming. We established this scholarship while my mother was still alive. It was in 2007. At Mother's Day, we presented her with a surprise. And part of that surprise was she had to go to work during World War II. Her brothers served, and somebody had to be in the factories. She never got to graduate from classical. However, by the good graces of former Principal Warren White and former Superintendent Nick Costin, we were able to get her a diploma. And we presented that to her on Mother's Day. She grew up in the Brickyard. She was one of 9 children in a very diversified melting pot back then, in a very dense neighborhood called the Brickyard. So the name of the scholarship is the Dora Martino Sleepoy Brickyard Scholarship. And it's awarded to someone who is a resident of that geographic brickyard, who also achieves a good grade in classical and is going on to higher education. We all value higher education, and it's very important to my family. 9 kids in my family that she raised, 7 were in public service, 2 were electricians. We won't talk about that. But the value of higher education is important, and it might not happen the very next year that you graduate. For me, it took a couple of decades before I finally finished that bachelor's degree to show my junior in high school the value of a college education. So if it doesn't happen immediately, persist, persist, persist. Don't give up the dream. Keep moving forward, whether it's in education or a trade or something else that makes you happy. Thank you. And this award is going to Kenya Fuentes Reyes.
Next, I'd like to welcome up Jack Marino to give out the Shoemaker Post American Legion Scholarship in Dave Solomiti's name.
Thank you. The Shoemaker Post created this scholarship in honor of David J. Solomini Sr., this guy. There's no one in the city of Lynn or the area that does more for the veterans of this country. And I'm very proud to call him my friend and my comrade. He served in the Air National Guard way back. They just made planes.
Thank you.
So we created this scholarship in honor of him, and we're very proud to give it out tonight. And it's to Genia Batista. Janai, I'm sorry.
One of the names you just heard was Mr. Costin. This is in honor of his wife, Kathleen N. Costin Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Costin, Mr. Frost, they followed each other up from vice principal to principal, from Breed to classical, so they're a big impact on lots of the people in this room. And that goes to Mia Pinto. Next, we have the John J. Cushing Memorial Scholarship. He was the husband of one of our teachers and department chairs here at Lynn Classical. He also, if any of you have seen the artwork, the friezes that are throughout the hallway coming in, he restored those, brought them from the old Classical, and had them put in. So he's done a lot of great things for our school. And that goes to Jada Di Benedetto. I'd like to invite up the Stafford family to give the Stafford Family Scholarship.
Wow. Twice in one night. They told me never put a mic in front of me. The Stafford Family Scholarship was created with my family members, my children, Shirley, Susan, Edward, and Sharon. And it was decided that it would be awarded to a student who was intending to either major in education, being a teacher, or a student who is interested in majoring in some field of nursing. And tonight, the Stafford Family Scholarship is being awarded to Julie Jean Lewis, who, as I understand it, is interested in some sort of nursing career. Yes, congratulations. Take this.
That's it.
Hi, I am Paul's daughter, Susan. I am carrying on the Stafford family tradition under my married name, Hogan, and also presenting my own family scholarship. Right now, I am the most important person in this room. I am the one who signs all these checks. So, I do want to mention a couple of things. In your envelope, there are instructions on what you need to do. Also, you have my cell phone number written in here and the alumni email address. If you have any questions, text me, email me. If from now, we all know things that don't go as planned in life. So if you're planning to go to a school and you submit that information to me, but come, August, things changed and you're going somewhere else, let me know so that I can send the money to the correct school, which is what we want, right? So any questions, anything at all, feel free to call, text, or email me, please, okay? So my scholarship for accounting is going to Aiden Rulon.
Okay, next up, we have the Leonard Vanos and Janice Bakakopoulos Vanos Scholarship, and that's going to go to Ava Cahill. Our next scholarship is the Alexander Podlecki Scholarship, and that's going to Katie Rouse. Our next scholarship is the Arthur and Barbara Elkin Scholarship, and that's going to Lily Nuave. next scholarship is the Attorney John Myhouse Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Aisatu Kuyate. Don't run. Oh, come back. Congratulations. The next scholarship is the Barb and Joe Colina Memorial Scholarship, and this year's recipient is Joanna Rodriguez. We have a second Barb and Joe Colina Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Mary Bean. Next up, we have the Carol Cotter Memorial Scholarship, and that is going to Tyler Kelly. Congratulations. Next up, we have the Colina Family Scholarship, and that's going to Andy Garcia Culp. Congratulations. Next up, we have the Class of 1959 Scholarship, and that's going to Donovan Lamb. The next scholarship goes to the Class of 57 Box Scholarship, and that is Riley Elise. Congratulations, Riley. Next up, we have David Duffy Memorial Scholarship, and that goes to Rachana Touch. Next up is the Doris A. Gamachi Coquinos Scholarship, and that's going to Suri Rosas. The Dr. Edward T. Rafferty, a medical scholarship, goes to Jeremiah Vargas. Congratulations, honey. Nice work. We have a second Edward T. Rafferty medical scholarship, and that's going to Anton Tron. Congratulations, honey. The next scholarship is the Driscoll Family Scholarship, and the winner is Jessica Howell. The next scholarship, the Durgan Family Memorial Scholarship, is another family rooted in Lynn education, and that's going to Emmy Louie. Congratulations, honey. The next scholarship, the Ellen J. Mahoney Memorial Scholarship, will go to William Sullivan.
The scholarship for Gene Constantino, me, really is a Constantino scholarship. My kids also contributed. Madison Flaherty.
The next scholarship, the Giovanniello Family Scholarship, goes to Josiel Batista Reyes. Congratulations, honey. Our next scholarship is another family that is deep into Lynn education, the Grassa family. We have Mr. Grassa working in our technology department here, and Mr. Grassa Sr. is doing his twilight years over at St. Mary's after a long career of both teaching and coaching at Lynn Classical. The Grassa Family Scholarship goes to Remy Mai. Sorry. Our next scholarship goes to our star pitcher. It's the Helen Callahan Jadorian Scholarship, and that's Christian Figueroa. Congratulations, honey. The next scholarship, the Jody Richardson 86 Memorial Scholarship, goes to Ella Louie. Thank you. Congratulations, honey. Okay. The next scholarship is the John Carroll and Anita Kalapinski Carroll Scholarship, and that's going to Ariana Nayaki. Our next scholarship was actually my chemistry teacher in high school, one of my favorite classes, probably spurred me to become a science teacher, the John Holmes Scholarship, and that's going to Brenda Castro. Our next scholarship, the Karen Taminin Dickey Memorial Scholarship, goes to Nevaeh F. Congratulations, honey. The next scholarship, the Light Rain Foundation Scholarship, goes to our valedictorian, Diana Quach. Next, the Linda U. Connor Scholarship goes to Viet Tran. The Louis and Zoe Pappas Scholarship goes to Anna Malima. I should have said Anna. I apologize. Next, we have the Maureen A. Buchan Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Amy Romero Marino. Congratulations. Next, we have the Miss Margaret M. Bryn Scholarship, and that's going to Ivan Contreras. Next, we have the Nadworny Tries Their Hardest Scholarship, and that's going to Jabin Pierre. Next, we have the Nicole Tranfagula Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Sarah Chavez Esteban. The next scholarship goes to the Pinnell Family Scholarship goes to Jason Burgos. Next, I'd like to invite Pat Lee up to give her scholarship.
Hi, I don't know, some of you, if you've seen me at especially the Lady Rams games, probably wondered who I was and why I was always there. I taught at Classical for 32 years, 32 wonderful years, and it's a pleasure to, excuse me, to give a scholarship to somebody, some deserving student, and I congratulate all of you, because I think, I was on the committee, and, you're all worthy of it, very definitely. So, my scholarship goes to Gianna Parker.
I was lucky enough to have Mrs. Lee, I think 3 times in high school, but senior year I had her for psychology and government. Wonderful experience. Our next scholarship goes to Patricia M. Flynn, and it goes to Jaden Jonathas. Next, Peter Pedro Jr. Family Scholarship goes to Emma Field.
Congratulations, Ellen.
Next, we have the Robert A. Witcher Memorial Scholarship. He was a wonderful guidance counselor that was here while I was a student, and that is going to Caitlin Kelly. Next, we have the Rose Quinn Scholarship, and that's going to Tiana Burton. All right, next we have the Salo Kluger Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Isabella Pimentel.
Congratulations.
Next, we have the Samantha Marshall Memorial Scholarship. She was a teacher that was with us in the past, so this is a really hard one. And that's going to go to Isabel Tavares. She was a wonderful lady. We have a second Samantha Marshall Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Gianna Cowan. The next are also two beloved teachers, Mr. Slazar and Mrs. Murray, who both passed scholarship. They're wonderful, wonderful teachers, one an English teacher and one a science teacher here at Lynn Classical. They were always fan favorites with the students, and this is for Savannah Tang. We have a second Slazar and Murray Scholarship, and that's going to Hoi Nguyen. Next, we have Warren F. White, who is also a principal at Lynn Classical and a principal at Breed, and that's going to Hurley Degaruma Delisma. Next, we have the William and Grace Phillips Scholarship. This is our school nurse June's family scholarship, and that is going to Veronica Platero. Next, we have the William Dragon Jr. Student Athlete Scholarship for Hillary Hernandez Reyes. Next, we have the William J. Frost Memorial Scholarship, another beloved principal that moved up from Breed to Classical, and that's going to Shema Salim. I want to just announce next, this is the LCHS Alumni Memorial Scholarship, and this is a collaboration of people that have given over the years. So I just wanted to let you know who these are from. It's a combined scholarship from Hippocrates, James Kairos, Hippocrates I should say, Carol Cronk Sullivan, William Maciak, Ann Maciak, Ronald Benevento, and Jerry Labrasa. And this year's Memorial Scholarship goes to Amy Knapp. The next is just from the Labrasa family, Jerry Labrasa Memorial Scholarship, and that's going to Tessa Lamacchia. Congratulations. So we're going to be starting off with the Alumni and Friends LCH scholarships, and I think they've mentioned this to you before, but this all comes from our fundraising. They just did a nice bowling night, we do comedy nights, the bricks, and when you have, a couple years from now, and you're going to think this is going to be really far away, you're going to have your 5th reunion, and it's going to be so fun because you won't have seen people for a long time, and they're going to have changed immensely. But I pledge to you, why don't you do $2 or $3, $5 more on your ticket, because you're going to take that and do a scholarship that year. Just think about, as you find success, because I know you will. I was lucky enough also to sit on the committee, and when you see who you are collectively, like, you know, we see you in the hallways, we see you on the field, we see you doing service, but when you put it all together and really describe each and every one of you, you're amazing. You're amazing students, you're amazing people, you're amazing community members, you've given to your community, you all have talents, you play the saxophone, you dribble the ball, you're tennis players, you just do some amazing things, and collectively, it's just incredible to see. But that means that you have to keep soaring high and do some incredible things after you leave here, and when you get rich and famous, think about Classical High School and pass it on to someone else who's sitting in your seats. So, that's my speech for the night. The first Alumni and Friends of LCHS Scholarship goes to Lena Budd. Congratulations, honey. Next, we have Tom Fuentes for the second Alumni and Friends of LCHS Scholarship. Congratulations. Next, we have Alyssa Gallant. Next, we have Rose Mondesir. Congratulations. Next, we have Amor Petit-Homme. Congratulations, love. Our next Alumni and Friends of LCHS Scholarship goes to Rowan Shahada. Congratulations. Next, we have Jessica Vaughn. Congratulations. Next, I'm going to bring up Mr. Stafford to talk about a couple of special scholarships that are decided outside of our night, but are still a part of the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Amy. The Peter and Angelo Stavro Scholarship is a special scholarship to me. For 15 plus years, myself and my wife, Geraldine, Jerry, were co-chairpersons for the Alumni Scholarship Program. One year, we were given out to a scholarship given by Bill Dragon, who graduated from classical in 1960 and went on to become the CEO of London Fog. He had an uncle, Peter, who he invited to the Scholarship Awards program that year. And Peter was so impressed that he decided that he was going to establish a scholarship through himself and his brother Angelo. Now, Peter was going to give a scholarship to his own alma mater, Drexel University. While at Drexel, Peter had to give up some time because he couldn't afford to go. He had to take some time off to raise some money. And that really affected him. And so, after seeing our program here at Classical, he decided that he was going to set up a scholarship program, a named scholarship that would be presented each year to one male and one female student. So he decided to create the scholarship with a $250,000 endowment. And he pledged that as long as there was a Lynn Classical High School, there would always be a Peter and Angelo Stavro Scholarship to help two deserving students to get a college education. I thank Peter and I thank Angelo with all my heart. Rest in peace. One other thing I forgot to mention. Every single year, that scholarship award is increased by $500.
For the first Stavro Scholarship, I'd like to call up Amanda Hughes. Congratulations, honey. The next scholarship goes to Matthew Townsend. These are extra special ones. They get mailed directly to the student. Congratulations, Matthew. Next, we have the Dave Dempsey Scholarship, and that's going to Nathan Till. I don't believe Nathan was able to make it tonight. He had a previous engagement, but we want to congratulate him anyways. And finally, we have the James Family Scholarship, and that's going to Megan Baker, who was able to be with us tonight because her game was canceled. She's an amazing lacrosse player. Congratulations, love. All right, I want to thank you to all the donors that came to give out their scholarships tonight. I want to thank you to all the families and all of the people that are here supporting their students. I want to thank you to all of the Alumni Association who did a wonderful job setting up this food. This is all, everyone's doing this on their own. They're grabbing the food, running around, sweating, putting this together. So I want to say thank you to all of your hard work, and thank you to the kiddos. Nice work, guys.
Just one last thing. In case we made a mistake and your name was on the list and you didn't get called, please come up and see us. Sometimes we do that. And I just wanted to say one last thing to the parents. You were amazing. Your kids are great. They came up, they were so respectful, so honored, and that's the job that you guys have done as parents and family. So congratulations to all of you. And one last bit of advice, real quick. You may not all be friends with each other, but you are so much better for going to Classical High School. You wait to see how much better you're going to do in college, how much easier it is for you at college than it was here at Classical. So congratulations, everyone, and thank you for coming.
Since 1986, Lynn Educational Television has enabled students to work in the television industry and learn how to produce media. LETV creates working opportunities for Lynn students, giving them the benefit of gaining real-life work experience in production. Lynn Educational Television brings value to Lynn students, delivering standards-based curriculum in the classroom from middle school to high school. LETV creates future generations of media professionals.